Ready or not, the holiday gift buying season is in full swing, and according to NerdWallet, shoppers are expected to spend on average $831 per person, with 74% of users planning on using a credit card. Here to discuss why this might not be the best idea and some other holiday tips is Colin Evans from Evans Financial Group. Well, hey, Colin, $831 is a lot of money. So how can people be smart about this?
You know, one of the biggest things, and we preach this just in our financial planning process, is put a plan into place. And you just mentioned right before we came on camera that you actually put in like a savings plan throughout the year. That's huge.
Yeah.
Not many people do that.
Through the paychecks, you know, twice a month or even once a month, but every little bit helps. I got that idea from somebody who also was doing gift cards. But, you know, when you're able to do it here and there, it adds up.
It does. It does completely. And then you don't want to get really too you know, have you ever kind of felt the obligation of when somebody gives you a gift and it's like, hey, I need to do something, you know, back for them?
I do feel that from time to time, Colin.
You know, sometimes though, that obligation can put us into a financial straits or constraints in thinking about that. But, you know, that's sometimes, you know, when a homemade gift is actually pretty awesome. I don't know about you, but I love chocolate covered pretzels. And those every now and then make their way into our office, but they're just unique. They're just some things that are homemade. And I think that's, you know, really getting out of the mindset of, you know, hey, does this have to be a financial gift, or can it be actually something that's truly there from the heart?
Yeah.
And thinking about that, and really keeping out of sight and out of mind is that credit card side. And that's really where people can get into a lot of trouble this time of year. And keeping that credit card side really in check is a big deal. Like you had just mentioned, hey, speeding this up and keeping through, and how you do it throughout the year. That's huge. Not many people want to consider things like that when it comes to Christmas time, and that's a big time for spending money.
Yeah, and so what are some other ways that we can cut back?
You know, you've heard me say this before. I do like to get onto my little eBay kicks from time to time, and that is just completely, you know, I find the random things around the house.
Panini maker.
It is. You're still on me with this panini maker that actually I don't think ever sold.
Oh no! So then you can't even say
yeah,
right
I didn't get the $9.95 out of that. But no, that's a great spot. That's a great start of just those things that we have that are lying around the house. When you had mentioned though how you were saving throughout the year, that's a gigantic one, because people are really putting into out of sight, out of mind. And when you get that kind of taken out of a paycheck every single week, that might be, you know, kind of drafted into a savings account or something along those lines, that we can put this money to the side and say, hey, this is our Christmas allocation time, and this is what we are looking for. There's apps that you can Google, tons of them, that go across in the tracking factor if you really want to narrow down, and you really will find out, you know, where you're kind of overspending, going, hey, is this latte factor from, you know, my daily Starbucks needed, or where can I actually trim some fat that'll help me, you know, help me afford some of these Christmas time.
Colin, why is it such a bad idea to purchase gifts and put them on credit cards? Besides the obvious of interest rates, tell me why that is bad, and also that there's always looming effects after December Christmas season.
It is, you know, and you see a lot of what I can see are a lot of the diligencies that people can have are, hey, we're doing 12 months, no interest. Those can be ideal, and long as you have that plan in place and you're prepped for that. But a lot of these times when you see this as 0% interest for a year, which is a great tool, can also backfire because that interest typically is retroactive back to day one. So if you are not making that payment, or you have not made that paid off in that time frame that structure that you're looking for, now that interest throughout the past year can catch up to you.
Yep.
That's a really, really big thing, and that catches a whole lot of people. Just, hey, we weren't expecting this, or other things happen, you know, as we've discussed before, in savings and what we should put back in just on our emergency accounts.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Colin, for being here today and for talking to us about holiday budgeting.